Thank you so much for tuning into my video. My name is Sarah. If you are new here, I am from the US and I live in rural Colombia where I am starting a homestead. In today's video, I thought that I would share with you what am I producing since I moved here in the beginning of September, and what things do we no longer have to buy at the grocery store. The first two things that I no longer buy at the grocery store: bananas. These are mini bananas. Here they're called Guineo. And I have a ton of trees. If you have seen any of my videos, you'll probably have seen me collecting bananas and plantains because I have in abundance. So I collected this one the other day. Yeah, big old beautiful Guineo mini bananas. You can eat them green, cooked in soups. Like, they can function as a plantain or as a sweet banana. These are plantains. Second thing, without even moving, yay, squash. This is just a little tiny squash. I'm going to show you some that I have growing. I actually did not plant this. It grew out of the compost. So I had this one and another one that we've already eaten. But you can kind of see it in there. This is a squash that I planted. This one I actually planted. It's hidden down deep. These are all, this is also, hope it focuses. This is squash right here as well, all growing. This is a big, beautiful, look at this. Big, beautiful squash. So we no longer, and we did buy squash. So some of this stuff is things that we never bought, but squash is something that I love squash. So I love having it, I love growing it. Fresh squash is amazing. The next two things are going to be things that we no longer have to buy, yet we didn't really buy, but now that we have them on the farm, we will never in the future have to buy them. First one is Lulo. So Lulo can be used in juices, and I believe I can make jelly or jams with it. I was researching a little bit this morning. But Lulo is a tropical fruit, and here the locals, they'll cut it in half and eat it with salt, but mostly that's a fruit way to eat it, but mostly you're going to find Lulo juice, which is blended juice mixed with sugar or some milk. So that is this big old beautiful plant right here. Let me see if I can get the fruits. They're right here. So that is a Lulo fruit. If you've ever visited Colombia and wonder, how does Lulo grow? It grows on this big, beautiful, bushy tree. And then here's another one. It grows really easy. It's a really fast growing, easy tree to grow. Or I don't know if it's a tree or a bush. It looks more like a bush. But I have about 6 of them. I did not plant any of them. They just kind of started growing. Next up on things that I grow but never bought at the grocery store because it's not something that you can really find here in the small town is raspberries. Here they're called frambuesas. So the neighbor gave me a bush. She gave me 2 little tiny plants, and now I have raspberries. And let me show you how big this plant got. Maybe within 4 months. It's massive, and I've been picking raspberries off it every day. Not enough to make anything yet, but I think the bigger it gets, the more it grows, the more love I give it, the more I'm going to have. So something else that I never have to buy at the grocery store again, but also never bought before because I just have never seen them in town. This is it. It's huge. You can't really quite tell how big it is, but it's right next to the Lulo. And here are, I'm going to pick them and eat them. I just basically pick them off and eat them. Right there. My beautiful raspberries. I have 2 today. I know, 2 is not a lot, but I've been picking this constantly. Okay, I mean, it's 2. It's not a lot, and every day I get a couple here and there, but eventually it's going to grow. And I have even more plants now because it's just growing on its own. Kind of like our moras. And they're delicious. So something else that I no longer have to buy, but also wasn't on my buying list, mint. Mint, I mean, if you're a gardener, you already know mint is like, grows like a weed, so I have tons of mint everywhere. And I put it in, I make like teas at night. I love eating it like that. But you can, I mean, mint is good for so many things, but this smells amazing. And it's all grown kind of together because they all kind of like to grow together. This is mint I have everywhere. Yeah, it takes over, so I'm going to move it and plant it other places. It's also good for helping repel bugs. We have a lot of bugs here, but not a lot because I have a lot of herbs growing. You already probably know what this is. Something else I don't buy. Rosemary, look at this. Beautiful rosemary bush. Can you see it? This is my gorgeous rosemary. It didn't look this good when I moved in, but as soon as I put it here, I put a little compost with it, put it in a spot I liked. It is loving this area. It's planted next to some lemongrass. You could also, these are both good for repelling insects as well as putting them in teas at night. I like to drink rosemary tea before bed. It's supposed to help with like good dreams and stuff, and you know, lemongrass is great if you make soups or like to cook Asian food. One of the things that I actually used to buy a lot of was Grenadesia, and Grenadesia is like a sweet fruit, tropical fruit. You know, you eat the seeds. It's really sweet. Instead, I grow maracuja, which is a mix of, well, it tastes like a mix of Grenadesia and maracuja. It's a little sweet sour. It's amazing. So I no longer buy Grenadesia at the store because I'm growing my own. And this entire, this all is Grenadesia, is maracuja. It's maracuja, not maracuja. It's a little bit different, not as sour. And I have never seen it sold at the store. So now anyways, it's my afternoon sweet snack. I love it. Another thing that we never buy is my like small wins. Chives. This is a chive down here. So we never have to buy chives anymore. I just have one or two right now, but I do have more sometimes, some different days. Another thing, basil. This gorgeous, this basil loves this spot. So yeah, I never have to buy basil, and I've been making a lot of pesto. I love pesto. So yeah, basil. And I love cooking like Italian food, so it's perfect. And here you can see I have more mint. We also have some anise growing. I have two places for anise. Here with the mint. Right there. You can't really see it, but it's in there. So, not that I ever bought anise, but it's good to make teas as well. And it's also a good bug resistant repellent. Okay, something else that I have that I never have to buy again, not that I ever bought it either, but this is a loofah sponge. Let me see if it'll focus. This big thing growing. Some people don't know loofahs grow on our squash-like vine fruit. So this is loofah sponge growing. It's huge. I have one drying. So this will soon be a loofah. So I no longer have to buy coffee, like real coffee, because if you saw my harvest, I did a harvest in January, December. So, but I kept I kept like a half a bag of coffee, and then we got it roasted, and we're still drinking the same coffee. So yeah, I still have this much coffee roasted to drink and eat. And I mean, I've brought some to friends, I've given it to family, and I still have this much. So it'll probably last another 2 or 3 months. Yeah, so we don't have to buy like real coffee. I mean, we still buy the instant coffee because they like to have it. Okay, I don't know. But anyways, I mean, I drink it too sometimes when I'm too lazy to make it. And plus, I don't know, yeah, sometimes it's easier. And I'm also growing, this is ginger. I have 2 ginger plants growing, so in the future I won't buy that anymore. So that's ginger. And then I also have some turmeric somewhere in here. I don't know where. Turmeric. I thought that was turmeric, but I don't think it is. But I planted turmeric, so maybe it is. And where is my turmeric? Somewhere else. Anyways, I have some, where is my turmeric? This is a little turmeric plant I have growing. So yeah, in the future I won't have to buy turmeric. Can you see it? Yeah. And then I have like more lettuce, and I have lettuce right here, but it's not great yet, but it'll grow, and we won't have to buy that. But I did buy this one to plant. So yeah, that'd be good. Aloe, we never buy. I mean, sometimes we know we were buying aloe, but now we don't have to because it's right there. And that over there is my big anise plant. If you're someone who likes anise or to cook with anise. Yes. And I have tons of herbs. So these are also, so this is oregano mixed with Mexican oregano, also known as Cuban oregano. So you can cook with both of them. You can make them both in the teas, as well as they are both great for repelling insects around the house. So yeah, never have to buy oregano ever again, because look at how much I have. I dry it sometimes, usually I just eat it fresh or cook with it fresh. But it just will keep growing. I cut it sometimes and it grows, and I cut it and it grows. It's just amazing. He loves the water. You like in my small pond, buddy? Yeah, good job. This is another Lulo tree, which I've showed you in other videos, but look at how many Lulos there are. There's like 10. Another starchy food that I'm also producing on the farm is yuca. Yuca grows super, super easy. Yuca, plantains, bananas are like those kind of foods that they will just grow themselves. So like when I dig up my yuca and it falls, it'll start growing again, just like bananas and plantains. They will grow like little baby plants when one dies. So yeah, and yuca, something that I never thought that I would be eating, because you know in the US we're used to eating potatoes. So here I grow yuca. I have not bought yuca since I have bought this farm. So we do eat yuca here in Colombia. If you've ever been here, you know yuca's in a lot of dishes along with potatoes. So that is something else I never have to buy. A few things that we just recently started buying less of, but not completely, is lemons, mandarinos, any form of citrus fruit, because I have probably 10 citrus trees. I'm not sure exactly what types they are yet, because here where I live, most of the citrus fruit, they're all green. So you don't know what they are until you cut them open. And then of course I take them off the tree, put them in the basket, and forget which tree I took them from. So yeah, I do know we have grapefruit, we have mandarinos, like limon mandarinos. And yeah, so we're buying less, but not completely none yet, because the trees just started producing, because I've been actually taking care of them. So yeah, it's not a 100% not buying any citrus yet. It will be, because we have, like I said, probably 10, maybe more, because I have more trees down there. But yeah, it's not like other things like yucca I've never bought at the store, or certain, coffee, we've not really had to buy it, besides the instant that they like, because it's just faster and easier sometimes. So I'm not growing 100% all of my own food. And as I stated before, that is not my goal, to grow 100% all of my food. I know you watch a lot of these videos, or I watch a lot of videos, and people are like, oh, I'm 100% self-sufficient. Well, not really. I don't think that's possible in today's day and age, unless you are, you've made your own electricity, and maybe if you live in the middle of nowhere, you don't have electricity, because you have to get the plastic to make the stuff for the solar panels. So you still rely on somebody else to make X, Y, and Z for you. So unless you're living like in the 1800s and you don't have any of the above, which most people who go, I'm not off-grid, most people who go off-grid and talk about being off-grid, they still had to get their stuff from somewhere. So, I just kind of wanted to show what little I am producing in a short amount of time. And, we're still buying a lot of things at the grocery store. My goal is to decrease the amount of things that we have to buy at the grocery store and grow, like 50% maybe of my food. Just to decrease the bill a little bit, and to have a more, okay, maybe it's selfish. I like to grow things. I like to see what I can create, and I like to eat my own food. So for me, and I also like to share with my neighbors if they have something. Like I give the lady plantains and now she started giving us tomatoes. So, you know, it's like, and it becomes a system where you become part of a community. It's not just you're alone, hidden somewhere in the woods and rely completely nothing on the your external, you know, external things, because, you know, we're humans, we are social creatures. I'm severely introverted and I could stay here and never leave my house, but, you know, that's also not healthy. So I force myself to go out and socialize a little bit or talk to my neighbors. So, you know, as humans, that is, we are naturally social. I make videos. This is like part of my online social community, because I interact with you all in the comments. So yeah, you know, you can't, I can't generate my own social environment without other people being in it. Just like that's part of the self-sustainability, you know. I can't make another person, I don't know, you know. Anyways, so yeah, so thank you so much for seeing what I am growing now on my small 1.5 acre farm. Also, I want to demonstrate that you do not need a lot of land. You do need more than like a backyard to grow certain things that I have, like coffee, plantains, and bigger trees, but you don't really need that much to start. It's way easier than I mean, it's easy to grow, you know, some of your food, not all of your food, but to start, just to start growing something. But I like to grow things. I like to see what I can grow. I grow a lot of flowers because I like flowers. So, you know, I don't buy flowers at the store anymore. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.